Cardiac arrhythmia. The definition, it is the variation of cardiac rhythm from the normal sinus rhythm. But physiologically also we can say altered normal automaticity. For example, tachycardia during exercise and bradycardia during sleep. Decreased vagal tone during inspiration resulted in increased heart rate, and increased vagal tone during expiration. We can see decrease in heart rate. So these are the physiologically altered automaticity. But before discussing the cardiac arrhythmia, let us see the normal action potential of an ventricular muscle or myocardium. So the positive ion, because of the gap junction, the positive ion move from neighboring cell to this cell. Suppose, for example, when the positive ion comes to the cell, there is activation of the sodium channel, sodium entry, and the cell is depolarized. So when the sodium channels are inactivated, the membrane potential of the cell will be dropping. At this position, the voltage gated calcium channel will open and calcium entry will occur from extracellular to intracellular. So when the cell is depolarized, as soon as it depolarized, voltage gated potassium channel will open and leave from the cell, and because of that the membrane potential will be dropping from here to here, and at this position voltage gated calcium channel will open. So entry of positive ion, leaving of positive ion is almost equal, therefore we can see this Plateau phase. And then after few milliseconds the voltage gated calcium channel is inactivate, but the voltage gated potassium channel will continue to remain, therefore positive ion leave from the cell and the cell repolarize, and again the cell ready for the next stimulus. This is we call it diastolic depolarization and the next action potential. So this from here to here, this is the refractory period of cell. This refractory period we have absolutely refractory and relatively refractory. Any stimulus during the absolute refractory period, the cell will not respond to any stimulus because cell is in depolarized or refractory phase. But relatively refractory stage, a strong stimulus can generate the action potential. So let us discuss the cardiac arrhythmia. So there are general classes of cardiac arrhythmia: the abnormalities of impulse formation and abnormalities of impulse propagation. Abnormalities of impulse formation, we have altered normal automaticity. Abnormal automaticity, triggered activity, that is early after depolarization, delayed after depolarization. Abnormalities of impulse propagation, block of conduction, then re-entrant excitation, re-entry impulses. Altered normal automaticity, it may be physiological or pathological. Bradycardia, decrease of heart rate, it may be due to parasympathetic nervous system stimulus or acetylcholine. So this is the normal action potential of SA node. So altered or normal automaticity, it is act upon the SA node. This is the normal action potential of the SA node. So when there is parasympathetic stimulation, that takes the membrane potential below its resting membrane potential. So this is hyperpolarization. They cause hyperpolarization due to the stimulation of parasympathetic nervous system. So therefore the next action potential is delayed. This is the next action potential. Actually this action potential should be here, this dot line. So this is because of the parasympathetic stimulation, this external action potential is delayed. So therefore the decreased heart rate. Tachycardia, sympathetic nervous system stimulation. So the normal action potential of SA node, this is one, and next is this one. But due to the sympathetic stimulation, this diastolic depolarization or the firing of the SA node is faster. So we can see this type of action potential faster than the normal. So that there will be resultant increase in heart rate. Abnormal automaticity, spontaneous action potential generation, depolarization of atrial or ventricular muscle, secondary to certain form of cardiac disease induce spontaneous activity. We know that pacemaker of the heart is SA node. So SA node fires and then the conduction is distributed all through the heart and then followed by the heartbeat. But some of the muscles or cardiac muscle, the properties of cardiac muscle is automaticity. So therefore other muscles of the, apart from the SA node, other muscle also can generate action potential. So for example, atrial muscle, atrial automaticity, this black color action potential, it is the normal action potential. So when the SA node fires, the ion moves to the atrial muscle, and due to that the depolarization of the atrial muscle, and then next SA node sends signal fire and the next action potential. But due to some condition, what may be the reason, maybe disease condition, this diastolic depolarization is this diastolic depolarization that takes the membrane potential to its threshold automatically, spontaneously, and there is generation of the action potential. So we know that cardiac muscle have the gap junction. So from this muscle cell, the positive ion moves to the neighboring cell and the neighboring cell cause action potential. So the action potential will generate apart from the SA node, and the rhythm of the heart is affected when there is depolarization followed by the muscle contraction. So this is due to diastolic depolarization, maybe the disease condition. So the depolarization positive ion, they enter into the cell and takes the atrial muscle to its threshold potential spontaneously, and there is generation of the new action potential without the stimulation of the SA node. So that causes the disturbances in the rhythm of the heart. Abnormal automaticity. So then early after depolarization, this is due to reactivation of the calcium channel. So we know that this black color is the normal action potential. So this plateau phase due to the entry of the calcium ion equal to the outgoing of potassium ion. But at this stage, there is reactivation of the calcium channel. So calcium enter in this stage and again cause depolarization. So that is called early after depolarization. There is reactivation. So in normal case, the calcium enters and they remain open for only few milliseconds, then inactivate the calcium channel. But in this case, due to some reason, due to some condition, again there is reactivation of the calcium channel and the calcium enter into the cell and cause depolarization. It may occur phase 2 or phase 3. And delayed after repolarization, when the cell is repolarized, and this is phase 4. Before completing phase 4, there is generation of the action potential and the rhythm of the heart is affected, and this is due to increasing intracellular calcium level which activate the intracellular calcium dependent transient inward current, or therefore sodium enters and cause new action potential. This is due to the intracytosolic calcium concentration. Calcium which has come from outside to inside, or calcium which have come out from sarcoplasmic reticulum, they should go back to their position, but due to some reason there is the intracellular calcium increases significantly, and that triggers the opening of the sodium channel, and sodium enter and depolarization occurs before completing phase 4, and which may be due to toxic level of digitalis, hypercalcemia. Intense sympathetic stimulation may also cause delayed after depolarization. So when we compare these three triggered depolarization, these are triggered. So this is occurs at phase 2 when the reactivation of the calcium channel and the depolarization. This is occurs at phase 3, then calcium entry and depolarization, and this is delayed depolarization occurs during phase 4. So this is early after depolarization. This is due to reactivation of the calcium channel and cause depolarization. As it is triggered repeatedly, so the plateau phase will decrease and we can see this type of action potential. And delayed after depolarization, this is the phase 4 of repolarization, but due to the increased cytosolic calcium, sodium enters and cause depolarization. So it affects the rhythm of the heart. These are triggered activity. So when we see the abnormalities of impulse propagation, uh, we have to see this significant point, which is necessary to understand this propagation of impulse, the abnormalities. Resting cells are activated, but the cells in refractory period from previous activation cannot be respond to another stimulus. We have talked about absolute refractory and the relative refractory. So when the cell is in refractory period, it don't receive the stimulus. Then block of impulse is abnormal in the heart with the exception of the AV node. AV node, because we know that it holds the action potential with the, it holds very limited time so that the atria can contract first followed by the ventricular contraction. But if there is blockage in the impulse conduction in the heart, that is abnormal. So the conduction block, first degree conduction block, second degree and third degree. First degree conduction block propagation, activation time is slow. The propagation, due to some reason, propagation time is slow. Therefore, the heartbeat is decreasing, rhythm, slow heartbeat. Second degree block, intermittent block. Intermittent block, there is some pathway where the conduction can go through. Third degree block means persistent or complete block. There is no chance of conduction move through that block. And conduction block also we see in unidirectional and the bidirectional. Unidirectional means anterograde conduction fails. Anterograde conduction fails, yet retrograde conduction is possible. It means conduction from atria to the ventricle across AV node is anterograde. But conduction from ventricle to atria is retrograde. So there may be possibilities that conduction may come from ventricle or enter to atria, that is retrograde. Bidirectional means when there is both way, anterograde and retrograde conduction is not possible. This is this type of conduction block we can see in that is abnormalities of impulse propagation. Let's see about the re-entrant excitation and re-entry. So to occur the re-entry, there should be unidirectional block or accessory pathway, and the critical timing is necessary, then length of the refractory period. So this diagram I have discussed about the re-entry. So let us see this atrium where the SA node send the signal to the AV node, and from AV node it goes to the bundles of His and the Purkinje fiber. So as the conduction moves, this pathway, it has a long refractory period, and if there is accessory pathway, to occur re-entry there should be accessory pathway. This accessory pathway, the conduction velocity is slow and they have short refractory period. So as the conduction moves from atria to through the AV node to the bundles, they are in refractory period. So as it moves from atria through the AV node, these cells are in refractory period. Even though accessory path is present, if the conduction move from this pathway, they cannot activate this cell because these are in refractory period. So the rhythm of the heart is not affected. This conduction is end up because they cannot stimulate this cell. These are already in refractory period. This is fast conduction pathway. Suppose if there is blockage in the fast conduction pathway, so as the impulse move from this pathway, they cannot pass through and stimulate or takes to the bundles of heat. This accessory pathway, they stimulate these bundles of heat and the Purkinje fiber, as well as they also go back to this area, and it can move if there is chances to stimulate this cell if they are in resting membrane potential. So this conduction may move backward, they can enter again, and they cause we can find circular conductivity in this area because of the accessory pathway. So it is very necessary. If these cells are in refractory period, then even though this conduction has gone to this area, but if these cells are in refractory, they cannot stimulate. But if these cells are in resting membrane or the refractory period is over, then this conduction activation, they can activate these cells and cause abnormal rhythm or activation, and the rhythm of the heart is affected. Sometimes we can see this circular conduction. So suppose this is at atrium and the ventricle. Generally from a SA node to AV node, then Purkinje fiber. If there is blockage, the conduction cannot come to the, but this ventricular muscle, they fire by themselves because they have the properties of automaticity. Then conduction pass from ventricle to the atria, and this atria is activated if the atrial muscle is in resting membrane potential or they have crossed the absolute refractory or the refractory period. So the conduction velocity, they are entering from ventricle to the atrium, and it is affected the SA node if there connection between atria to the ventricle. If there is anatomical connection or there is any obstacle, whatever may be the region, if the impulse can pass through ventricle to the atria, then the rhythm of the heart is affected. And if the atrial muscle is affected, so there may be some blockage, so the conduction from SA node has not gone to the atria, but the atrial muscle is abnormally, they are depolarized, and they cause the another generation of the axon potential. So spontaneous generation of the axon potential. So the rhythm of the heart is affected from ventricle to the atrium, that is re-entry opposite. So this rhythm is affected because of any blockage, or there should be a unidirectional block and the critical timing. So we have discussed about the abnormalities of impulse formation, abnormal automaticity, triggered activity, then abnormalities of impulse propagation, block. There may be first degree, second degree, third degree, and there may be unidirectional or bidirectional. Then re-entrant excitements. If there is unidirectional blockage, impulses can pass through from other area if there is depolarization. Then they may re-enter the impulse from ventricle to atria, or atrial muscle may as ventricle to atria, and then the rhythm of the heart is affected. So this abnormalities disturb the normal synchronous activation of the heart. The cardiac output is affected. Blood pressure falls, which might result in dizziness and passing out or fainting. In severe cases, death may occur. Thank you.